Welcome back, everybody. I am so excited for today's video because today I am running through my top 10 favorite songs released in 2020. So, buckle up because we're about to get started. I also wanted to thank everybody else for watching my last video. It's my Grammy predictions for the 2021 ceremony, so if you haven't looked at that yet, go check it out. And yeah, so let's hop right in. This year has had, I don't know, okay. The music this year has been really different in the sense that the first half was very, as expected, on track, and then, the pandemic, so there was a lot of, quarantine music and surprise releases, and that stuff really made the year, I think, a lot better in terms of just quality because there was so much more to go off of based off music, which I personally really enjoyed. So I don't know if everybody else maybe wanted I don't know. Okay, whatever. So let's just go right on to number 10. Number 10 is In Your Eyes by The Weeknd featuring Doja Cat, the remix specifically, because this song is so good. I loved After Hours by The Weeknd. I think this was one of his best albums yet, in the sense that it's just very cohesive. His tracks just fit a very good, strong, nostalgic vibe. It's just very 80s, very synth, very poppy. And this song specifically is just so good. It's just it's got your brass instruments and just a cool beat. That song's great. So yeah, it's at number 10 on my list. Number 9, we have The Other Side, Do Not by SZA and Justin Timberlake. Now, I understand this is a Trolls song from the soundtrack. Does it mean anything? No, because this song is great. I first heard this song and I was like, oh, I love SZA. But then I heard it and I was like, this is really weird. And then I listened to it a couple more times and I was like, this is really good. And I was going through all the songs I added and bought this year to determine what I would think my top 10 are. And this song I literally listened to from when it came out for 2 months straight. And I couldn't remember because it was before we got on lockdown. And I was like, wait, this song was so good. So good. So good. So yeah, I had to include it on my list. I loved it. And if you haven't heard it yet, go check it out. Number 8, we have Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus has had, oh my god, an amazing year. She released her first album in a couple years and it was pretty much all rock. It was the exact album that people thought that she should have had, and Midnight Sky was perfect for that. It was so good. It just had that rock element, but it was also pop, and people really liked that, and it sampled Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks, and then she did the remix with her, and I was like, Miley, oh my god. It worked really well, and I loved it. I think it was a great track. That's why it's on my list. I love the writing, I love the concept, and I like the image of the whole idea of the concept, so it really worked well. Number 7, we have Babylon by Lady Gaga off of her last album, Chromatica. Specifically, I had a hard time. I really wanted to make sure that this list included one song per artist if there was a couple songs that I really enjoyed, and Babylon was really in my opinion, the best one off that album. It's the last track. It was such an upbeat dance song, but her lyricism in it, battle for your life, Babylon. And then she says babble on. She did that. And I thought it was really clever. It was really good. I listened to that song a ton. When I was in quarantine and I was bored, I used to go bike riding. And first of all, I haven't gone bike riding since, but I would listen to Babylon up the hills. I'd be like, Babylon. And it got me through. So good of a song. So good of a song. You need to listen to that one if you haven't heard that one either. Alrighty. Number 6. We have Young and Alive by Bazzi. I love this song. I listened to this when it's like January or like early in the year. And it was just like, riding my bike like I'm too young to drive. Careless and free. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get copyrighted. What am I getting copyrighted for? I have like 10 subscribers. Um, it's so good. It just like made me feel like a kid, like young, and it was just such a happy, feel good song. Like I would listen to that so much when I was home for like winter break last semester or last year, and it was just such a feel good song, and I just would put it on repeat and just like listen to it. I would go for like a walk like in quarantine and be like, this is such a nice song. It like made me feel so like loved. Yeah. So that one's great too. I really recommend listening to this one. A lot of people I don't think know this song, and it's literally so good. You need to check it out. Then we have number 5. We have Point of View by Ariana Grande, which is off of her last album released in October called Positions. This song specifically, like I needed to include it because just the lyrics and the composition of the song was just like so good. Like compared to like the rest of that album, this one stood out. And it was the album closer as well. And she waited that whole time to give us that. And I was like, why did I have to wait this long to hear the best song? And so just like listening to it was just like, oh, it builds, it gets stronger, it goes up. It's just flawless. It's flawless. It's a wonderful song, and I think it's personally the best off the album, and I think that that deserves to get more credit. I think people know, but people need to know more about it. So, Stream Point of View, number 5 right now on my list, so we're gonna boost that up on the charts. Maybe. But yes. Number 4, we have I Can't Breathe by H.E.R. This song came back out in June, and I really enjoyed this song specifically because I know H.E.R. has been a very, like, vocal artist in, like, her songwriting. She's very, like, detailed, descriptive, and I just thought this was, like, a really powerful song for the time when she was, like, releasing it, obviously, with everything that was going on. And I knew that this song was just really good in its lyricism because she paints a picture so well. And not only that, like, her songs, like, they sound like poetry and, like, really strong storytelling, like, put into like a song, and she does it so well, and her vocals with it is just so smooth that like I just thought like this song definitely needs to like be everywhere because I thought the song was so good, and I also thought it was going to be nominated for a Grammy, and guess what, it was Song of the Year. I know but yes, great song, amazing. It had to be in my top 10. It was number 4 because I just loved it so much, and it's just a great song. And like I think everyone should also listen to that. I'm not sure if a lot of people know about this song as well. H.E.R. maybe is someone you know or don't know, but at the end of the day, like this is definitely a highlight from like her discography, and people need to check it out. Top 3. All right, number 3. We have I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers. This is off of her last album, Punisher. I recently just got into Phoebe Bridgers, like, last week. Like, literally last week. And I was listening to this album, and I Know the End, also a closing track. I was just like, oh my god. She's amazing. Like, she's so good. And the song builds, and she's just like, a haunted house, a picket fence, to float around and ghost my friends. Like, oh my god. Like, just the lyrics, the lines, the everything she does. So good. So good. And I was like, how did I not know who she was before? Like, I had just heard of her this year, and I hadn't checked her music out, and then I did, and I was like, all right, Phoebe. So good. So good. And so, like, this one I'm still listening to, like, as present time. Like, this song is so great. I'm gonna keep listening to it because I love it, and I think it needed to be number 3 because like her songwriting, her production, like that song is so great, and like I love that album as well. So I Know the End made it to my top 3. Number 2 is by Lauv. It's from his last album, or maybe 2 albums ago. I forget if he released 2 this year. How I'm Feeling. It's called Modern Loneliness, and it's just like a really powerful song, and like in the sense that like it's just really, I don't know, it hits well with people today, and I feel like it's just a very like strong example of just like talking about mental health in your music, but also like making it a really good song. Like, modern loneliness, we're never alone, but always depressed, yeah. So like that's a sad line, but like it's really catchy and like really good to listen to. And so like I just like the album and the song because like he put in so much work into that track and like it's so good and it builds. I love a building track. Actually, my next song, number 1, is also a building track, but we'll get there in a minute. So it's just something that stuck with me. I still listen to it now, and like I think that that's probably one of the best songs from that album, and I love that album. So check that song out. I'm gonna say check every freaking song out because I literally love all of them. So that is my number 2. We've made it to the top song on my top 10 list of 2020, and by no surprise, it is from the one, the only, Folklore by Taylor Swift. My favorite album of this year, if people haven't guessed.
My camera died halfway through that specific one, but what I was saying is the song is My Tears Ricochet by Taylor Swift, aka the best song by her ever, probably. I'm gonna make that claim. Just about breaking trust, loyalty being lost, just so much in it. Like, there was just so much weight to the song. There was just heartbreak, like when she was like, why are you at my wake? When you curse my name? Just, she really was sticking it to all the people in her life that like were there for her at a time and then just like let her go and then just like turned on her. And she was like left to a world where she had to defend herself by herself. And she put that anguish and that anger like in the song. And she did amazing with it. So like,
My Tears Ricochet was just like a song that like really was so powerful. It was a number 5 song on her album because track 5, and track 5 is for Taylor Swift. For those people out there that know Taylor Swift, know that those are her like powerful songs, her like deep songs. And so this was just fitting. Like at the end where she's like, I can go anywhere I want, just not home. And you can aim for my heart, go for blood, but you would still miss me in your bones. Just like chills all over. And I can't even get over it. And my favorite part was like, when I'm screaming at the sky, and when you can't sleep at night, you hear my stolen lullabies. Maybe her stolen music? Yeah. And she wrote that and sung it. She did. But regardless, those are my picks for the top 10 songs of 2020. Let me know in the comments what you think your favorite songs of the year were. What did I get right? What do you think should have made an appearance? And maybe like, what are you looking forward to in 2021? But thanks again for tuning in for another video. I'll check back in with you guys soon. Bye!